Today I'm going to talk about what kinds of foods I eat to fuel my body on backpacking and bikepacking trips.
Oh, sorry. Give me a minute.
Now when I'm out adventuring, I prefer to have a no cleanup routine. It's just, kind of a pain in the butt to clean up when you're in the backcountry, and I don't want to put any dirty, disgusting cooking water into any streams or anything like that. And maybe I'm just lazy, so I don't like to have any cleanup while I'm out in the backcountry. So I choose to do the boil in a bag method. If you don't really know what that is, I will put a link down below, which has a video about my cooking style and my cooking setup. So you can check that out after you watch this video if you're interested in finding out more information about that. I do have some dietary needs. I do have a little bit of a sensitivity to gluten, so everything that I show you in this video is gluten-free. So if you have a similar situation, hopefully this video will help you out. And don't give me any slack about the gluten-free thing. I was gluten-free long before it was popular. So first up is my breakfast. So I tend to not like to cook in the morning because I just like to get up and go, and it just kind of saves me a bunch of time. So for breakfast, I tend to have some sort of oat type bars. I like the Bobo's bars. There's all kinds of different flavors. So I usually will eat one of these, and then I'll also have something else with that, like perhaps a Lara bar. Both of these combined gives me a little over 500 calories, so it's kind of a nice start to my morning. If I feel like I need a little bit more, I might munch on a few handfuls of nuts or something like that. I don't eat a lunch per se, I just basically snack all day long. So every hour and a half, 2 hours or so, I will munch on some food instead of stopping in the middle of the day for a specific lunch. So what I like to eat all day are things like corn chips, which I know is pretty popular. It is packed with calories, and the weight per calories is a really good ratio, so this is great. I also, if I can't find corn chips somewhere, but I can find corn nuts or something like that, I will eat those as well. I also will sometimes bring these almond butter packets, which is loaded with protein and calories for such a small package. I enjoy eating Kind bars. I know there's all kinds of different ones, but those little skinny Kind bars, they're usually a fruit and nut type bar, maybe with some chocolate or something like that. So I will eat those, usually one of those per day. I used to enjoy having something super sweet like Sour Patch Kids or something like that on the trail, but I don't know, in the last year or so I've been trying to get away from stuff like that. So instead of having something like that, I will now bring some dried mango, some sort of dried fruit. Dried mango is my favorite, so that is usually what I will bring. I will usually also eat peanut M&Ms. It's kind of a staple for my backpacking food. It might not be the healthiest, but it's got a lot of calories and protein, so it is a great energy food for out there in the backcountry. I also enjoy having some sort of energy chew as well throughout the day. So right now I've kind of gotten into these Bolt energy chews. This particular one has a little bit of caffeine in it, so it's a nice little pick-me-up in the middle of the day. I usually won't eat the whole package like all in one sitting. I'll just kind of eat 2 or 3 energy chews while I'm eating some other food or on a break or something. So these are nice little pick-me-ups throughout the day. I'll usually also bring a bunch of nuts, usually pistachios, maybe some almonds, Those are kind of my favorite, so I'll usually bring a bunch of those as well. They are packed with calories and protein, and the weight per calorie ratio is really good, so those are some great ways to fuel up on the trail. As far as dinners go, if I'm feeling cheap, I will usually make my own backcountry meals, and usually I'm feeling pretty cheap. So since I am gluten-free, I usually make my dinners rice-based, instant rice-based, since I'm doing the boil in a bag. So yeah, I always generally at my house I will have 1 or 2 big boxes of this instant rice hanging around, and I will make my meals out of this. I'll just pour in what I need into the quart-sized freezer Ziploc for each meal. And you can throw whatever you want in there with the rice. So it's rice based, but you can throw some dehydrated veggies in there. You can even throw like raisins or craisins in there to mix it up a little bit. That sounds really tasty as well. A lot of times I will throw these little pink salmon and olive oil packets in there, which I really like. There's a good amount of calories and protein in there. But you can throw almost whatever you want into those rice mixtures. Get creative. You could throw almond slivers, whatever you want. Any type of seasoning, whatever you want. Instant mashed potatoes can be thrown in there. Whatever you want. If you feel like getting a little more posh and you don't feel like prepping any of your own food and meals ahead of time, Good To Go has some really great backpacking meals, and they do have a great variety of gluten-free backpacking dinners as well. My favorite meals of theirs is the herbed mushroom risotto. It is super good. And also the pad thai. The pad thai is really good as well. I have also just recently learned about the outdoor herbivore backpacker meals. I have not tried any of them, but I am hopefully going to try some of those this winter. I'm looking forward to trying those. They do also have a good selection of gluten-free backpacker meals, and they also have a bunch of, well, I don't know if it's a bunch, but at least a few different cold soak, no cook whatsoever types of meals. So I'm looking forward to trying those out. The dinners might not always be quite enough food if you're doing a long thru hike or some sort of long trip. So a lot of times I like to eat my dinners and then also have some sort of a protein shake with me, which is super easy to find. Just get some sort of powdered protein shake, and you can just mix it in with your water, shake it up, and have that after your long day. Use it as sort of a recovery drink and also to gain some more calories. So get creative with your backcountry meals, your backcountry snacks. Just because I enjoy this food, maybe you have some other ideas, or some of these things maybe you won't like. But yeah, be creative, come up with your own ideas. If you have any suggestions or maybe some of your favorite meals, leave them in the comments because I would love to hear about those. I'm always open to learning about new backpacker meals, new snacks that other people enjoy using or eating. That people enjoy eating. So leave those in the comments because I would love to try some new backpacker foods. As I mentioned earlier, if you don't know how I cook my meals and you'd like to learn more about my cook system and how I cook my meals in the backcountry, I am going to leave a link down below of that video that I did about a year ago, and I guess I'll put a card up here somewhere with that video, so check that video out as well. Next week I'm going to take y'all out on an adventure in the panhandle of Florida. So I'm looking forward to that trip. I have been looking forward to this trip for quite a while. I haven't been backpacking since like September or October, so I cannot wait for this trip. If you'd like to see that trip and more trips coming up, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification button so that you are notified every time I come up with a new video. If you don't hit the bell, you probably will not be notified and you will never know that I came out with a new video. and you will miss out on all the great adventures. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone who has watched all my other videos, and thanks for all you who have just recently joined this channel. I really greatly appreciate it. I appreciate your time. I know there's tons of channels out there you could be watching, so I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And don't forget to go on your own adventure.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.